A man and a woman had been stuck at sea for 7 whole days and nights. Just when they were about to give up, Jack glanced over at Anna, who was still asleep. Then, out of nowhere, he pulled off his pants and took out a massive 40-meter tool knife. He tried to fix the broken engine, but clearly the guy had no clue what he was doing. Next thing you know, he slipped and fell straight into the Pacific. The splash woke Anna up instantly. She was about to go off on him, but realized she was the only one left on the yacht. Panic kicked in. She started yelling his name, desperately looking for any sign of him. Luckily, a few minutes later, Jack popped back up from the water. Anna saw he was alive, immediately went back to acting all bossy, and told him to get back to fixing the boat. Wanting to get rescued as soon as possible, Jack had no choice but to listen. But after so many days without food, they were both starving. So Jack locked his eyes on the water, and after a serious effort, he managed to catch a tiny fish, barely the size of his hand. He cleaned it up and handed it to Anna, but she took one bite and tossed it like garbage. That set Jack off. He was ready to snap until Anna suddenly stood up. She spotted something in the distance, an island. Both of them got hyped. Jack rowed like crazy, and within minutes, they made it to shore. He looked around. Turns out, the island was totally deserted. Anna's hopes were crushed instantly. She freaked out and begged Jack to double check. But when he said no, she started throwing insults. That's when Jack lost it. He tossed her luggage out and declared he was done with her. But Anna didn't even flinch. She had no idea what was coming. Jack, now free from the drama, was in a whole new state of mind. He quickly found a small cabin, and lucky for him, there were fishing tools inside. With the right gear, he caught a huge lobster in no time. Meanwhile, Anna only found a tiny sea urchin. She was clearly jealous. Then Jack found some natural sea salt too. A few minutes later, he was already having a seafood feast. On the other side, Anna was totally wrecked, starving and sunburnt. All her rich lady pride had vanished. She stared at the lobster like she was about to cry, but Jack didn't care. Anna started yelling again. She refused to beg, decided to look for food on her own, but after a long search, she didn't even find a single piece of fruit. So she came back, still acting proud, tried to buy the fish with $100,000, but Jack wasn't having it. That drove her nuts. In the end, she gave in and started washing Jack's clothes. Jack even made her speak respectfully. Only after she finally dropped her attitude did he toss her a grilled fish. She didn't say a word, just grabbed it and devoured it like crazy. When night came, Jack went back to the cabin to rest, but Anna followed him. He didn't even hesitate, just slammed the door shut. The next morning, Anna was still sleeping. A crab started crawling toward her. Jack stood by and watched like it was a show. When she finally jumped up in shock, he just smirked. Anna snapped again and went right back to trash-talking him.